you look good. And you look good. And you look the best. Stop it. What is this? Snappick. Oh, it's called the Snappick Booth Mastermind Awards. I see. I assume they paid the most. Best Newcomer 2026. That's obviously going to be the fastest out of business in 2027. Up to 1 year in business is sponsored by Booth Book. That's some sort of help manual for photo boothers. Heaven knows they need it. And also by Booth Website. Photo boothers can't afford websites. The next award is Best Newcomer 1 to 2 years in business, and that's sponsored by Curator Live. Never heard of them. Best Single Operator. We'll call that the Loneliest Awards. 2 to 5 years in business, which is sponsored by Sketchbot and Picture Mosaics. That's a 2-for-1 there. I hope they paid double. We have Best Single Operator, 6 to 10 years in business, sponsored by Booth.events. They obviously couldn't afford that domain, so they had to put a dot in order to get it cheap. Then we have Best Single Operator, 10 years plus, sponsored by Orca View. Clearly, that's a new SeaWorld attraction opening soon. Okay, next, these are the Big Boy Awards. Best Team, up to 5 team members, sponsored by Photo Booth Marketing. It would be almost too easy for me to say something positive about Photo Booth Marketing, so let's just leave it at industry giants that smart people choose to work with. Next is Best Team with over 5 members. That's sponsored by Snappick. We've already mentioned them. They didn't pay that much, so that's going to be another invoice. On to the easy awards now, with low-hanging fruit that everyone will harvest cheaply. Best Wedding, up to 1 year in business, is sponsored by PB Backdrops. What's PB stand for? Pretty bad. Photo booths, my mistake. Duh. Best Wedding, 2 to 5 years in business, is sponsored by Photo Booth Talk. They make classy templates for photo boothers. That's what it says here. But classy and photo boothers in the same sentence. Best Wedding, 5 years plus. We'll call that the One Trick Pony Awards, sponsored by Bleepshare. These next awards are for people who view weddings, like myself, beneath them, and are for Best Corporate Event, up to 2 years in business, sponsored by JYS Props. Best Corporate Event, 3 to 5 years in business, is sponsored by Spot My Photos. I spot most photo boothers' photos. I'm not impressed. We have Best Corporate Event, 5 years plus in business, which is sponsored by Booth Active. Never heard of them either. Best Use of AI. This is obviously referring to every photo boothers' profile picture, because not one of them look like themselves anymore. And they're perfectly happy with that. Best Use of AI, up to 5 years in business, sponsored by TouchPics. TouchPics. Good to see the porn industry represented in the sponsor list. Best Use of AI, 5 years plus in business, is sponsored by PhotoMaster. F-O-T-O. That's spelt wrong. If you have already entered, best of luck to you. And if you haven't, please, don't doubt yourself. Allow the judges to decide that you're not good enough.